learning all about the beautiful destination of Spain. It's a real pleasure to be here. I got very excited when TTG and the Spanish Tourist Office talked about this event because, as you all know, I'm sure you're aware that Iberostar is a Spanish hotel chain. So our owners, the Fluchar family, are from the island of Mallorca, and that's where we originated from. So it's just fantastic to really focus on that beautiful destination, and we've got lots to talk about today. So I thought I'd do something a bit different and talk about the history of Iberostar to start with. I don't normally get that opportunity. I'm normally talking about the hotels and sustainability, so I thought I'd focus on that first, because as I say, we the owners, the Fluchar family of Iberostar Hotels and Resorts, they are a Mallorquin family, and it was all about Spain before we then expanded to the international destinations. So you can see here a timeline actually. So the family started out in the shoemaking business, so completely different to the travel industry. But then they did actually venture into the travel industry. And we see started out with Viajes Iberia in 1956. And Don Miguel Fluchar, the current owner of Iberostar Hotels and Resorts, actually then went into the family business in 1962 and started with a network of travel agencies. And I just love to talk about that because that just shows you the family, they get the travel agency side of the business, and they're very passionate about it, and they're very passionate about working with our trade partners, and that's still to this day actually, because that's where they came from. So they really do understand, your the difficulties you guys have on a daily basis. We then went into the tour op industry, and then in 1983 we opened our first hotels on the island of Mallorca. And then we expanded 10 years later to our international properties. And we've grown to over 100 hotels around the world, and nearly 40 of them are in Spain, on the mainland, and also on the Canary Islands as well, Canaries and the Balearic Islands. As I mentioned, started out as a shoemaking business, the family, and now we're actually in the fourth generation. And you can see here Don Miguel and his two daughters, Gloria and Sabina. And I really do like to bring them into the picture here and talk about them because they are still so involved in the daily business running of the company, which is fabulous. And they also are very much leading with purpose and very passionate about the environment. You've probably seen a little bit about our Wave of Change movement that we started many, many years ago. And it really is, their focus is about inspiring responsible tourism within the travel industry actually, and they're doing a fabulous job as well. So Gloria, who you saw in that previous picture, she actually is the kind of environmentalist within the family, and she actually introduced the Wave of Change movement many years ago, as I mentioned, and that's our sustainability movement. There's been lots of action lines, lots of activity going on over the years. We're very proud of it, and that's why we really do like to talk about it. And it is first and foremost for Iberostar, sustainability is priority. We actually, last year, we actually announced our Agenda 2030. And this is where we've pledged to be carbon neutral by 2030. So in just a few years' time, and that's 20 years before the global goal of carbon neutrality and within the industry as well. So as I mentioned, lots going into it. Now, I'm doing it a bit different now. I'm not going to talk too much about what we're doing at the beginning of the presentation with sustainability. I thought I would actually, as we're going through and looking at the individual hotels that we have, talk a bit about what we've got going on in our Spanish properties. But you can see there a bit within the Agenda 2030, we've pledged to be waste-free by 2025, 100% responsibly consumption of seafood by 25, and then, carbon neutrality by 2030. I've just got a video actually on the next slide, and it does give you an overview of what we achieved last year. So, you kind of get a bit of an idea, because with our Agenda 2030, it's all very much data driven, scientific data driven, and it's all monitored and calculated. So we're keeping track of what we're doing so that we can actually, give you guys confidence in what we're doing, and when you're talking about it with your clients as well. So you can enjoy this next video.
Say, you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you've been. So let's take a look. In 2022, we reduced our carbon footprint by lowering our emissions by 10%. We also implemented AI-powered technology in our hotels to monitor food waste. As a direct result, we saved 533,000 meals in 1 year. With 3 mangrove nurseries, 4 coastal dune nurseries, and the inauguration of our 5th coral nursery, our focus has not only been on the inside of our hotels, but also on the beautiful oceans and ecosystems surrounding them. Our care also extends to supporting the fishing communities at our destinations. And currently, 100% of our seafood in Mexico comes from responsible sources. Our roadmap for the new year is quite clear. Moving forward with impactful actions to achieve our ambitious goals and leaving a legacy for future generations.
Summing up all the work that we've actually been getting on with over the last few years, and that work just continues. I'm very pleased to say that actually last year we achieved 100% renewable energy in all of our properties in Spain. So that's a huge step, and that will just continue throughout the entire portfolio. So let's have a look at our Spanish stars. Now, as I mentioned, we've got nearly 40 of them, so I literally cannot talk about them all this morning. So I've just handpicked a few just to give you an idea of what we offer in our beachfront hotels within Spain. We also do have our urban properties in Madrid and Barcelona, for example, also one in Santa Cruz, the north of Tenerife. But I'm focusing more on the beachfront hotels, and I'm sure they're very popular with the UK market, so I'm sure many of you will know these. But let's start with this amazing achievement within Spain's best all-inclusive resorts, rated by TripAdvisor, the Traveller Choice Awards. So that's rated by the clients themselves, which TripAdvisor could be either your best friend or your worst enemy. And actually for us, it's a very nice friend of Iberostar. And actually within Spain's top 10 of the best all-inclusive resorts in Spain, 7 of them are Iberostar properties. So you can get an overview there of some of the wonderful hotels where we offer the all-inclusive option. And as I mentioned, already achieved 100% renewable energy in our Spanish destinations. So let's take a look first at the home of Iberostar, the home of the Fluchar family, and where we opened our first properties. And you can see now we actually have grown and expanded just on the island of Mallorca itself to 16 hotels. We also have a property in Ibiza, but you can see lots of options here on the island of Mallorca, and what a place it is as well. I just feel like Mallorca is a wonderful destination because you've got a bit of everything. You've got the beautiful city of Palma. You've got lovely villages, very authentic villages, also built into the mountains as well. So you've got the mountainside as well as the city, the mountainside, and then the beautiful beaches located all around the island. And honestly, some of them are like the Caribbean beaches, white sand, and just instead of palm trees, you've got pine trees. But yeah, very green island as well. So it's absolutely wonderful. Now, also on the island of Mallorca, we actually have our first zero emission property. It's the Iberostar Cristina. So what that means is we've actually electrified the hotel as well as using renewable energy. We closed the hotel down over the winter months, and we had to electrify everything. So that means everything in the restaurants, in the kitchen, should I say, the air conditioning units, everything. It was a big job, and that again will continue throughout our other hotels as well. We're doing more this winter, for example. Another hotel, Playa de Palma property, we're also electrifying this winter as well. So there's a lot going on, and that helps towards our carbon neutrality goal. So in the north of the island, I just wanted to highlight this because we actually do have a number of hotels along the coast, very close to the beautiful resort of Alcudia. So you can see there, all of our hotels located along that beautiful stretch of beach. Playa de Muro Beach was actually rated as the 3rd best beach in Europe and the best beach in Spain. So, it's, as I mentioned, white sand beach, absolutely glorious. Now, very excitingly, this is actually where we opened our first premium all-inclusive resort this summer within Europe. Now, we are very well known for our all-inclusive hotels, and we've got our Caribbean concept, which is very popular, where everything's all included. You've got lots of restaurants for the clients to enjoy, and we actually opened our Albufera resort in the north of Alcudia, so you're about 15 minutes from the resort centre of Alcudia, It's 2 hotels and they share facilities, and you actually have over 10 bars and restaurants to enjoy, including the a la carte themed restaurants. No limitations, no supplements. The clients can enjoy all of these restaurants whenever they like. So there's a big focus on gastronomy. So let's take a quick look. Oh, sorry, there's a video there to play. Let's take a quick look at this beautiful resort. So that's one of the new videos we produced of the resort. It shows you a small area, but yeah, absolutely stunning. It's been a huge hit in the UK market this summer. So thank you for all the bookings that you've put in there, and we hope your clients are enjoying it. So yeah, as I mentioned, sustainability is always priority, and actually, when in the building of this property, sustainability was top of mind. So all the wood and wallpaper that refurbished the rooms was produced from eco-friendly materials. The pools were renovated with recycled materials, and waste from the renovation was reused, donated. We've got many associations on the island that we work with, and or recycled. So nothing went to waste within the building of the property. And also, since the opening, you can see here, obviously using renewable energy, responsibly sourcing our seafood, and creating that circular economy. For example, we've implemented Winnow, which you can see here in action. This is an amazing system that we use. The bins within our kitchens are linked up to artificial intelligence computers. So everything that's thrown away is monitored, and we get a report. The head chef gets a report at the end of each month to see how much waste has been produced, and they have to reduce that. Now, this year alone, between Jan and June of this year, we saved nearly 800,000 meals by using the Winnow system. And that's not rolled out to our whole portfolio yet. So you can imagine when it's in all of our hotels, the saving with food waste that we will make, because that's a huge, to reach carbon neutrality, you have to look at your food waste. And also regreening. So this is one of our first resorts where we've introduced our regreening project. So this is where we've pledged that 25% of our resorts, as in each resort, 25% of that space will be green space. And looking at all the vegetation that we plant in these areas as well, to, for example, use less water. They have to be natural to that local environment, for example. So there's a lot that goes into that. So we've got a little video here to show you about regreening.
From the turquoise blues we admire along our beachfronts, to the oranges and yellows we see in our sunsets, vacations at Iberostar are full of color. But today, we're highlighting the color green. We know how much green spaces can bring calm to your Iberostar stay. So we're filling 25% of our resorts with beautiful gardens, where local species of plants can flourish and grow, all of which help improve biodiversity and create a natural haven for wildlife. Enjoy colorful stays for a better protected planet. Only at Iberostar.
There we go. Great. Okay, so regreening, it's amazing. And again, we're rolling that out to more and more resorts around the world. So let's take a look at southern Spain, where we've got a whole host of hotels located along the Andalusian Costa del Sol coast. Now, a really nice property, great for people of all ages, but a really big family hotel as well is Iberostar Malaga Playa, located in Tarrox, which is very close to Nerja, and located beachfront as well. So you've got a really nice spot, beautiful pool area there, lots of facilities and entertainment going on. Of course, our aqua fun park, And that's where we also have Star Camp as well for the mini VIPs. That's our kids club concept throughout the entire portfolio. Now, this is the buffet restaurant where we have here. So within all of our restaurants, we have our honest food policy. I do have a video of that, but I'm just conscious of time. So I think I'll just talk about it and then go on to the next slide and miss that video. But all these videos that we're showing, I can send them out to you guys so you can use on your own social media and promo. Honest food, basically, it's about serving locally sourced, locally produced, using fresh ingredients, creating beautiful menus for people. And lots of it is show cooking in our buffet restaurants as well. And that's, again, across the entire portfolio. So wonderful spaces here. And that is the video, which I'm not going to show you today. Now, another hotel we have just further along the coast is the Iberostar Marbella Coral Beach. It's a selection hotel. So it's a premium quality, if you like, and it's on the Golden Mile of Puerto Banús, very close to the marina there. We don't have Star Camp here. Children are welcome. However, it is more an adult focused property, if you like. We've got a wonderful beach club in front of the property as well, directly on that beach there. And yeah, you're a 10-minute stroll into the marina. Actually had a refurbishment a few years ago, so it's wonderful decor and design. Andalusian design as well, concept throughout as well. So, we kind of keep the local architecture. We want you to know where you are in the world. And again, that's throughout all of our hotels. And a beautiful, very Andalusian restaurant area there as well. And that's where we actually have throughout our entire portfolio, but especially in our Spanish hotels where it started, we have our 3Rs teams. Again, I've got a nice video, but what that means is that we have teams in the hotels looking after all of our waste and literally sifting through, making sure that we're sending as much as we can to the recycling and to compost, for example. So that's throughout our properties, and again, helping towards our waste-free goal. Now, in the Canary Islands, we have lots of hotels on the islands of Tenerife, Fuerteventura and Lanzarote. Now, a really popular one for the UK is the Iberostar Bougainville Playa. So this actually is a wonderful hotel in Costa del Sol, directly on the beautiful seafront. And we actually opened our new water slides, our aqua fun park there 4 years ago now. And it's a huge hit. We do lovely pool parties in the evening for the kids at this aqua fun park as well. So it's great. And we, of course, have our Star Camp here as well for the kids. So this is a concept for children throughout our entire portfolio. You just drop the kids off. You don't have to pre-book. There's no payment, and they can enjoy camp with their friends. They're split up into different age groups, and they get their little passport to travel around the world of Star Camp, doing lots of fun activities and working as a team. That's the whole kind of concept throughout Star Camp. We also have Star Prestige in this hotel. So even though it's a family property, Star Prestige is an area where it's like a club level for adults only. So you can book this as a room upgrade. Again, we've got a lovely video, but I'm going to skip through that. Another hotel, Sevilla, just further along the coast there in Costa del Sol, is a beautiful, popular hotel that we refurbished and reopened a few years ago now. It's huge for the UK market, and that's one of our gastro markets. So it's like you're in a Barcelona food market, and that's an option for the clients there, and also one of our Star cafes. And we also have Star Prestige here as well. Do you give all your clients water bottles? That's one of the Q&A questions coming through. Yes, they receive a water bottle in their room, which they can use to refill their water with the stations on each of the floors there whenever they like. So it's fresh filtered water. Now in Fuerteventura, we have a lovely selection of hotels in Jandía. You can see them all there. They're actually very close together. Fuerteventura Palace is one of our premium hotels there. Again, great for people of all ages, but it is quite adult focused. You can see here beautiful decor and design. We have a Star Prestige area there as well, beautiful buffet restaurants. And this is where we also have our aliveness program. So an array of activities, very focused for the adult market to reconnect with themselves when they're away. It could be fitness program, or it could be local culinary classes in keeping with the local destination as well. So we try to bring that in. So that's a very quick run through. I'm sorry, I've always got so much to talk about. All my details are here. Please feel free. I'm sure I'm in contact with lots of you. Please feel free to give me a shout, and make sure you're all registering your bookings on Star Agents so you can access 50% discount. It's staragents.com to all of our properties around the world, and also register your bookings and get points to pay for your own holidays. Thank you very much, guys. Great to see you.